selector. Rewind selector. Rewind selector. Rewind selector. Rewind selector. Rewind selector.
Welcome to the IPA Champions Cup, live on Sporty Stuff TV.
Good evening and welcome to Monday night at the pool, Sporty Stuff TV Champions Cup. Got 6 real good matches here this evening, and I've got with me the chairman of the IPA tonight. We've been really privileged tonight to have Kevin Barter next to me as our pundit. Evening, Kev.
Evening, Gary. Evening, everyone. Yeah, we've had to get the substitutes in because the tiny assassin himself is in action very shortly.
You had to go earlier in the competition, didn't you?
Let's move on.
Right, okay. Let's have 4 players this evening who we've got playing this evening. Kevin know more about these, and I think that a lot of viewers will, because there's names there that we don't know too much about. Morgan McKinney's, Kev.
Yeah, Morgan comes from a great pool family, and he's come in as a late replacement today. So he's hot-footed it down from Scotland. Great talent, winner of an IPA event this season. So he's in with a great shout tonight.
Mark Pickworth is usually my pundit here.
Yep, we've given him the night off, and Mark is a good player in his own right. You know, he's a bit of a terrier. He's one of them that just won't go away. Looking forward to see how he plays tonight.
Right, and then we've got Darryl Whitworth, who's hot favourite this evening.
Yeah, he's the form player, and where all the money seems to be going, and rightly so.
And Gary Southern, the outsider of the party this evening. Yeah,
he was one of the last qualifiers for this event. He was delighted to get through. Ex-professional. Yeah, could be a good outside bet.
He ranges from 5 to 1 to 8 to 1 to win it, so that's a big price then.
Yeah, he's an ex-professional player, and we'll talk more about him shortly.
Yeah, well, look at the odds here. We're seeing it. Morgan McKinney's 11-4, but with one of our betting partners, I'm not going to tell you who. You've got to get on the internet and have a look for yourself. He's as short as 15 to 8. So that's a very short price. That's where the money's gone today. Morgan McKinney's. Mark Pickworth hasn't got a friend in the world in the betting industry today. No one's backed Mark today. I don't know why. And Darryl Whitworth, well, he was 6-4 early. He's gone into 5-4, maybe 6-5, even 11-10 into places. And Gary Southern, 5-1. You can get up to 7-1, or even I've seen 8-1. Gary winning it. So no money for Mark, no money for Gary, but plenty of money for the other two. Now, Morgan McKinney's, who has come in as a late replacement, see his form guide here, what we have our form guide up here. Tell us more about Snuggles, Kev.
Yeah, Snuggles, we'll find out a bit more about his nickname later when we have a little chat. But yeah, look at that recent form, 8 out of 10 times in the winner's circle. He is one of these players that over the last couple of years he's just got better and better and better. And look at that 2021 win percentage, 73%. Yes, that's in the amateur and open events, but 73% in any discipline is a good percentage. So he's here to cause a shock tonight, definitely.
Plenty of W's against his name, isn't he, Kev?
Yeah, very good player. And as I said, he's won a title, one of the IPA amateur titles this season. And they're not easy to win.
And the MK Potter, the Milton Keynes Potter, the man where all the money's gone today, Darryl Whitworth.
Yep, Dazza, arguably the worst nickname that we've got in the competition. Very lazy nickname, but yeah, plenty of W's there. Few L's, 50-50 split there, and that's representative with his 2021 form, which is 45%. So he's there and thereabouts. But very, very good player. Very
good player. Assassin?
The tiny assassin, yeah, Mark Pickworth, ranked 26. So you can see there from his form, he does win the odd match here and there. He's a bit of a terrier of a player. He's never going to give up. He's been around a long time, and he's used to playing in this arena as well. So yeah, let's not write him off just yet.
The jack of all trades, as we call him.
Yep, Gary Southern and Silverback. And as I said, he's a qualifier, relatively new to the IPA tour, but again, 50%, very, very credible. He's he's got 5 out of 5 there in terms of 5 out of 10 in terms of his recent form. So yeah, he's an ex-professional. He has been a pro before. He's a very, very nice player, and we won't be surprised if he gets through tonight. Honestly,
just seen his nickname there, Silverback. It's just come to me now in the darts world. Tony O'Shea. He's called Silverback, isn't he? He's got that nickname.
He has, yeah.
Silverback. And our first match this evening, Mark Pickworth versus Morgan McKinney's. The bookies can't split this. They go 6-4 each to 2. 6-4 Mark, 6-4 Morgan. Round about a tie, round about a 9-4 chance. Your opinion here, Kev?
Well, it's going to be an interesting one, as all these matches, the first matches are. And, first up is a little bit nerve-wracking for both players. And, whoever gets that frame early on and settle could run away with the match. I like the draw for this match. I just think that we know what Mark can do. He started off like a train in the Champions Cup last year in his first match, demolished one of the top amateur players 6-0. And Morgan's coming in high in confidence. But first match, bit of nerves, fast table, really reactive cloth. I like the draw.
And he's had that long journey today, Morgan, as well, hasn't he? Down from Scotland. You said he never knew he was in the tournament till he was having his porridge this morning, didn't he? So
he got the call at 12, I think, from his opponent, Mark Pickworth. And, he gave him the news that there was a spot for him, and he was on the train within about an hour. And here he is.
They say the conversation went when Mark rang him. Morgan said, "Who have I got to play?" He said, "Me." He said, "I'm on the train." So he was at the station, and he was at the station at Queen Street in Glasgow to get here. But good first match, isn't it? Anyway, 6-4. And our second match that comes up live at 10 o'clock on Sporty Stuff TV.
Yeah. So the underdog against the favourite. I think this is a nice match for Daryl. I do expect Daryl to win this one fairly comfortably.
Short price, so he is, Kev, 4-6.
Yeah. I think he's rightly a big favourite in that one, and I think it would be surprised if Gary got a result out of that. But I think one thing about this group overall, I think it is one of the closest groups that we've had in the tournament. There's no big sort of star name that's that's really a big odds-on favourite to win. I think this could be very close. I really do expect it to go to maybe the last couple of frames of the last match. I think it's going to go down to frame difference.
And whoever actually wins this group tonight goes straight into Wednesday's semi-final, don't they?
They do, and we'll see the graphic coming up now. And the winner of this group will be probably slightly delighted.
Look at tomorrow.
Yeah, the winner of this tonight's group will go into Group B there, along with Marsh Hughes and at the moment Rob Donkin. That's a strong group. But like you say, Gary, look at that group tomorrow night. Gareth Ibbott, Ben Davies, Mark Farnsworth, Ross Fernie.
Three world champions.
3 world champions and one of the fastest rising stars in the IPA ranks in Ross Fernie. If you're a fan of pool, you're not going anywhere else but watching tomorrow night.
Now, if I was one of our betting partners, which I'm not, but tomorrow I would go out 100% tomorrow. I'd have the winner and who's going to be second in the final, because you're going to have a winner and a second, aren't you? Who's going to get through the group and that. I'd play straight forecast tomorrow, tricast, 1, 2, 3. This has been a good betting medium, the pool. Honestly, the bookies now, they're saying they're taking more money every night that goes on. Maybe tonight might be a bit quiet, but tomorrow night you got the big names. So it's like the European. To me, it's like tonight we got the League Cup if it was a football match. Not saying anything against the players, and then tomorrow night we got the European Cup, haven't we? So
we have.
Talking of European Cups, let's hand you over to our referee. I think this man, he must have refereed a few European Cups in his time. The one and only Ben Taylor Ferenti.
Champions Cup, Group F, Match 1. Best of 6 frames. First frame, Morgan McInnes to break. Time running.
Have you with us, and the newcomer Morgan McInnes in against Mark Pickworth, the tiny assassin against Snuggles. Well, if you go by nicknames, there can only ever be one winner. But young Morgan, well, he comes with quite a pedigree, I'm told. A family of pool players. And I wonder if mom and dad are watching this match. He's successful off the break. And a big hello if they are, Michaela and Ross up in Scotland watching this one. Young Morgan carrying the McInnes banner.
Extension called.
You can imagine Mark having to call Morgan, get him on the train, and then let him know that I'm your first match. He probably, as Gary said in the studio, probably couldn't get to the train station fast enough. Well, I wonder if I've given my co-com, Kevin Barton, enough time to get from the pundit's chair into the comm box. Kevin, welcome tonight.
Evening, Jim. Evening, everyone. Yep, I've hot-footed it about half a mile from the studio into the commentary box. Well, it's probably not quite half a mile, maybe about 15 yards. But yeah, here, Jim, and yeah, really looking forward to tonight. I think it's going to be a very, very close group, and you know, we've not got the big names that we've had in previous evenings, but I think these four are going to be pretty evenly matched, and I think that's going to create its own drama.
Well, funny enough, Kevin, I was listening to you and Gary in the studio, and I've been touting the draws right from the outset. It just seems with the short races and, you know, players never really getting a chance to settle in, even as well as they've played, and some amazing pool we've seen. I really just fancied the draw so often. And like you say, tonight, well, maybe tonight's going to be our night. We're going to see some draws. Good value, I feel.
Yeah. I mean, because they are closely matched, you know, I do think the draws are a more likely result. But as we know, this game is completely unpredictable, and it wouldn't surprise me if there's five 4-0 victories and a 3-1. It's just the way the game can go sometimes.
Cool.
Mark's had to dust the cobwebs off his cue. He's been spending all his time helping us out here. No time to put in on the practice table.
Yeah, he does have a table at home, but I'm not sure how much use it's had in the past few weeks, and because he's been here most of the time. But he's a very, very competent player, and if anybody takes him lightly, they will come unstuck against him, because he knows his way around the pool table, and he's one of those players that every so often just causes a bit of a stir and a bit of a surprise result. And it wouldn't surprise me at all if tonight was his night. It'll just be, I think for me, it'll just depend on his consistency. I do expect him to play well in patches, but it's can he keep it up all night and get enough points to get through?
Well, he's certainly capitalizing on the failed double attempt from Morgan, because he's got the first frame well and truly at his mercy.
Frame.
And no practice? Who cares? Mark Pickworth. Well, they call him the tiny assassin, and he certainly looked good in that opening frame. 1-0.
Yep, and that's what he's capable of. He's more than capable. And he could upset the apple cart tonight. Gary was saying that there's not been much money on him. It's all been heading towards Morgan and Darrell. But he's just not here to make the numbers up, I can assure you that.
Out of his chair, anxiously awaiting the break. And a good chance. I mean, no one will be more familiar with the surroundings here. He's been here all day long, every day.
Mark Pickworth to break, leading 1-0. Time running.
Frame number 2. Mark with a successful break. And the break really has been key, hasn't it, Kevin? We've seen it where if these guys get the measure of the break, I mean, they're all so talented.
Yeah, as we know, you know, we say time and time again, the break is key to success. And you know, if Mark can keep breaking like that, then he could have a very successful evening. It's just got the one potentially little plant to play on the reds, and everything else is there for the taking.
Yeah, just about cue ball control. We say it all the time. You can make your work so easy. Plan your work, work your plan.
One of the things that I've sort of noticed by not playing very much, you know, is that you do sometimes lose the pattern play. It, you know, you can make your work a lot harder. And you know, it'll be interesting to see. You know, everyone's different, but it'll be interesting to see if he can, you know, maintain his, you know, the right pattern play, or whether he just, you know, gets out of position At the moment, it looks like he's maybe just got a little bit out of position here. He's still got the pot into the bottom left, but
10 seconds.
he's still going to have the problem then of the red that's above it.
Yeah, and in an ideal world, Kevin, that red that Mark just took out would have offered perfect position to the final black to the right center, assuming it goes.
Yes, he's going to have to spin this now off 3 cushions, probably three cushions to get position, and it's these sort of shots that you know, could catch him out.
10 seconds.
Well, he's going to get on it if it gets past that yellow. Everybody needs a bit of luck at sometimes.
A little shake of the head from the tiny assassin, but there'll be no sympathy card sent. Still got a little work to do.
Yeah, I liked how he just gave himself a little walk around the table just to settle himself. Knew he'd been lucky, acknowledged it to his opponent, and then puts that to the back of his mind and comes in for the kill in this second frame.
Well, a dream start for Mark. A break and finish and a 2-0 advantage holding serve. And the pressure now changes chairs right back over to Morgan. Very important for Morgan. A good break, the order of the day.
Yes, this is exactly what Mark Pickworth did in the Champions Cup last year. He started off like a train, clearing up, and he's started off in the same vein.
You know, it can't be easy though, Kevin. I mean, to hop on the train, get down here on short notice. I mean, no practice. You know, no real chance for any mental preparation. This is almost like being thrown to the wolves.
Frame 3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's going to be a challenge for him, that's for certain. It's been a pretty hectic day for him. He looked to be striking the ball very well though when in his practice. And I think if he can get his hand on the table, we're going to see just exactly what Morgan McInnes is capable of, and that's a great way to start.
Yeah, no kidding. Tons of power in that break.
So first real great chance for Morgan. As I said, won one of the amateur titles on the IPA tour in the season that's just finished. A real breakthrough achievement for him.
A big chance for him to settle into this match now. These reds are there for the taking. Just weighing up in his mind. The one he wants to take last that's going to afford the best position to that final black. But they're all at the same end of the table, and that's got to put him in prime position, Kevin.
Yep, his work's going to be nice and close. It's all just going to be coming down to getting on the black. It'll just be, you can see that back arm shaking. He's definitely feeling it a little bit out there.
Well, I always remember a word of advice from Terry Griffiths, former world snooker champion. Terry and I were in the same dressing room, and I was telling him I was a little nervous before a match. He says, if you're not nervous, you're not ready. Here's the big shot right here. This is the key shot for Morgan.
Yeah, it's one of those little delicate ones. You'd probably just be screwing onto this right-hand side cushion and coming between those two yellows. And on this really receptive cloth, these can be difficult to judge. And he has made a bit of a mess of it. He's still on it.
He won't have had near the time that a lot of the players have had on this table. So judging the pace, the throw from the cushions, big shot. It was never going to be easy. And he even left himself slightly hampered over that yellow. Well, he's suffering right now. He's got to put that out of his mind.
Yeah, just jabbed at that one a little bit.
Time out. Excuse me.
Wasn't a
Touch
very
angle.
smooth
Simon.
stroke. I think the nerve's just playing a little bit of a part in this at the moment, but that's a bit of a careless one there from Mark.
Time out.
Well, I mean,
Total snooker.
he's got the
Time
snooker, but if Morgan can judge the pace here, he can get a snooker back.
But again, the rails a little foreign, the way that they're playing for him.
10 seconds.
And this isn't the sort of thing you put time in practice, is it?
No, he's just he just hit that one a little bit too hard, a bit pacey, but he's still keeping the pressure on Mark. He's not left him anything easy at all. Just be a containing one from Mark here. Well,
That's the second time, Kevin. I think he's looked to play safe and he's made a yellow. I don't think he was playing the yellow that he made into the side pocket either, because he was wedged right up to the other one. But now he's given himself a chance.
Yeah, I wasn't quite sure if it just glanced off the yellow that he's potting. Just couldn't quite see on the camera shot. But either way, it's still a pretty good chance.
And Mark, actually, the lowest ranked player in this group, even though, as Gary was saying, the bookmakers haven't taken any money on him, but he's ranked at number 26. And Darryl Whitworth, who's the favorite, at number 35.
Yeah, I mean, Darryl is a new pro, so the new, because it's a 2-year rolling ranking list, when the new pros come on board, there will always be the lower ranked players. So it's always a little bit deceiving in year one. You're always getting the bad draws, but it's just how the system is. I'm not sure about that one.
Half a chance at the double here.
Yeah, I did see Morgan practice a couple of doubles, and he was doing what I did the other night, and that is just wasn't very close. Just really squaring up on these cushions. So has he learnt?
Frame.
Yeah, he learned fast. That's a huge double and much needed. Pulls one back, 1-2. He's still trading by that odd frame, but that was a vital one.
Yeah, it certainly was, Jim. Bit of a lifeline there. I think, I'm not sure Matt played the right shot there. But he thought he could play the snooker. But even if he got the snooker, he'd put his yellow on the side cushion. I thought he might have done something more with the yellow that was on the right hand side, but anyway, that one's gone. Morgan McInnes is back in it, but it's Mark to break, and he has got a break of serve as such. So it's still his advantage.
Well, the last time he broke, it was a break and finish.
Not this time.
No, not this time at all. And what a messy table this presents.
Yeah, it took quite a lot of pace off of that one. Balls, I mean, he's only got 4 past the middle line. 5.
Well, this would be a monumental clearance for any player. professional or amateur. These yellows are tough.
So he's playing safe. Oh, he almost double hit that one. I think if he'd have had a bit of angle on the yellow that's just below the black into the right corner, he could have attacked the clearance. He could have disturbed into the two yellows that's just to the right of it, and everything else goes. So he obviously just didn't feel he had enough angle to disturb them.
It's just got to be a little careful here.
10
I mean, you
seconds.
don't want to take frames like this for granted, even though it looks like he's in prime position. With control. No. Won't be delighted with that effort.
Yeah, you could see what he's trying to do, just develop his yellows and kill that red over to the left-hand side. But unfortunately, he's put this red over this right-hand pocket, which he certainly needs for one of his yellows. But it does double, so I think we're sort of getting to the point now where Morgan will start to think about attacking the clearance.
We had a couple tactical exchanges yesterday. At the end of the day, the balls dictate the state of play.
10 seconds.
It was such a messy break. I think Morgan was forced into turning it into a bit of a tactical battle.
Well, he's just definitely forced a tactical battle now after that one.
Time out.
It's
Total snooker.
still
Time running.
fairly even, this one. I don't think there's either player's got a significant advantage over the other. If you're looking at it ball-wise, you know, Mark's got one dead red and Morgan's got two dead yellows, so probably slight advantage to Mark at the moment. But as we know with black ball, soon turn round.
Well, these are the sort of situations I really do have to defer to people like you that read the game a lot better than I. I'm kind of a rookie at trying to look at battles like this that turn into chess games.
Yeah, so Morgan he's going to be looking for a skill shot at some point as soon as he can. He was just trying to set those yellows up round the centre bag because they usually give a good angle to come down into the corner to pot the red at the same time. That's over this bottom right hand corner bag. But now that Mark's got all of his reds away from yellows, it's him who's going to be now starting to think about going for the clearance.
And the reds are much more invitingly placed.
Can he play a 3-ball plant? I just wondered if he could play the 3-ball plant there, pot the yellow into the centre and screw the white onto the yellow and red. I think both players realise the importance of this frame and a little bit reluctant to commit to going for a clearance that isn't guaranteed.
Well, that won't hurt Morgan's cause.
Well, I think he's got the skill shot on now. He's just got a small gap. He's not looking at it though.
10 seconds.
Yeah, for me, Kevin, I'm kind of lost, wondering what the best shot to play is from situations like this.
Yeah, it's not really clear at the moment what the plan is of each player. Where's the white? Another slice of good fortune there for Mark. But yeah, it's Mark's plan is obviously to get his reds away from the yellows. I think Morgan he's had a couple of opportunities where he could have been a bit more attacking, but just has put the brakes on.
Foul.
Well, he's forced an unforced error.
One visit. Time running. Time out.
From Mark Pickworth.
Time running.
Yeah, tough to clear all his yellows in one shot, though. I wonder what he's got up his sleeve.
Well, it's going to be yellow onto yellow to pot the red. It's all about pace. Doesn't want to be too much pace. That's okay.
He's having a look at the two yellows over on the left-hand side to see if one will plant onto the other and keep itself available, because with the black down here, this has to be considered a chance Morgan's got to take.
Yeah, there's no holding back now. What he just has to be careful of here when he plays the plant, that the yellow that he hits just doesn't get lodged behind the red.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised at that yellow not dropping. And that would basically have given him the frame. Mark trying to tie up the black.
Yeah, just trying to keep himself in this one. Didn't really have much else to do. Mark using all his experience here.
I wish we'd have put the clock on this one, Kevin, because this might be the longest frame that we've had in the whole tournament.
Well, I think you can include last year's Champions Cup as well.
10 seconds.
He's lost the white.
That could be a crucial mistake from Morgan.
One free shot. One visit.
The only saving grace, I guess, is that the yellow takes that top corner pocket away from the two reds nearest it.
Yeah, it's certainly advantage Mark. But I still feel there's quite a bit to go in this frame just yet. Because he's not covered the pocket, he's probably forced his hand a bit here.
Mark just strikes me like the kind of player that, battles like this, he's got a lot of patience. almost like waiting it out, waiting for the time that you want to pounce.
Yeah, that's the years of experience that he's got. But there's still work to do on this. This frame is not over yet. I know Mark's got a 5-2 ball advantage, but
Total snooker. Time running.
both players are definitely feeling it in this frame. They know the importance. If Morgan can just stay in competition in this frame, he could force a mistake from Mark.
Yeah, and it's a frame that if Mark gets it, he assures himself of at least the draw.
And there's the mistake. It's only a half chance, but it is a chance. No, not entertaining. I'm not quite sure about that one.
Now, still looking at the bottom end of the table, Kevin, at some point, that black has to be developed for either player to have a look at the finish line.
Ten seconds.
It sort of feels like both players are trying the best not to lose rather than trying to win.
Total snooker.
Good containing shot, that one from Mark. Seems content with just letting it run.
Mark is just trying to give Morgan as much pain as possible.
Foul. One free shot. One visit. Time running.
It's about as close as you come to a deliberate foul in black ball.
Time out.
But it's a good shot.
Time running.
Is Mark going to take the bull by the horns? Is he going to try and develop
10
the
seconds.
two reds and the black? And not at that speed. So this frame is definitely not over yet. All the reds go, but obviously the black is still a little bit tricky, so Morgan's just got to be conscious that that yellow is acting as a good blocker. Can he squeeze the yellow in front of this red?
I mean, the problem for Mark, even though reds are nicely placed, is he's got no pocket waiting for that black. Well, he tried to move it there. If he could have nudged it out into the open a little, what a shot that would have been.
Yeah, it was a big ask. He was trying to lean his shoulder into it. I don't know if that's allowed. But it's come down to the point now. Is he going all out now for the finish? Which it looks like he is. Where's the white? Well, he's getting used to those centre knuckles.
Yeah, it wasn't a million miles away from coming into that black, though. That's what he wanted.
Yeah, so even when he plays the plant here, getting onto the black. is still going to be the problem. And he's just misjudged the cannon off the yellow. I think he needed to hit that a bit more pace to try and bounce that yellow away. So he could have tried to play position on the black to pot it into the same corner bag.
Time out. Touching ball. Time running.
I think the referee, Ben Taylor-Fuente, called a touching ball there, which is good news for Morgan. Now, I'd be tempted to try and send this white up and down off 2 cushions and try and land it
10 seconds.
in this bottom left-hand quadrant.
Well, Mark taps the table in acknowledgement of a good shot from Morgan. This red is on.
Yeah, and he could kiss into the yellow and the white might kiss the black out. Nearly.
Well, what is the silent assassin? We'll call him the silent assassin. He's tiny, but he's silent.
He's very rarely silent, I can tell you that.
Very important. If Morgan elects to knock this yellow over towards that corner, if it doesn't go in, it better cover the pocket.
Time out. Total snooker. Time running.
Well, up and down. I'm not sure if the black will go past. Is it going to hit the knuckle?
Foul.
Oh.
1 free shot, 1 visit. Time
Well,
out.
that should well and truly give Morgan the last chance he's going to need to secure this frame. And what a long and dour struggle this one has been. But to get back to 2-2, he'll certainly regain the initiative.
Yep, should be 2-2, but well, he needs that white to slow down. It's just about okay. The speed there of the table almost catching him out. But yeah, it felt like both players were just trying not to lose the frame rather than, you know, going out to win it. But it's Morgan who's going to get there in the end.
Frame.
Last lap and 2-2 confirmed. So 6 frames confirmed here on Monday, our opening match. And it's going to go right down to the last frame. Morgan McInnes, well, he's the man right now at the moment. He's won the last 2, so he's got to be feeling a lot better than does Mark Pickworth.
Yeah, I think both players will be glad that one's over. No one really likes to get into those type of frames, but I think, like you said, Jim, at the start of that frame, sometimes the balls just dictate, and
Frame 5.
a couple of loose shots from either player, and it got really messy, and hence we got what we got. But it's in the history books, and frame 5 is underway.
Well, worth another look. A little wayward with that cue ball. And again, no straightforward outs are readily apparent.
10 seconds.
There's a few messy clusters there at the top end of the table. I think he can pot this red. No. So for anyone new to black ball rules, it's still an open table. If you pot off the break, it just means that you stay at the table, and it's the next legal ball that you pot is what you're on. But as he played a safety after his break shot, we're back to an open table.
10 seconds.
I was checking to see. The yellows, the two yellows offer a plant to the top right corner. It looks like they're
10
set.
seconds. Extension called.
Yes, I think he's looking at the yellow into this right centre. So the red and yellow that are together. I think the yellow pot's in the right centre. He's taking the attacking shot.
Very good opener. We'll see if Morgan decides to take the overland path this frame. All out attack. Sometimes when you get bogged down with those lengthy frames and, you know, you tend that potting stroke
10 seconds.
tends to get a little bit more elusive. And now that plant on the two yellows that he was looking at.
I think he's just come, just one of those little awkward angles. He'd like to have been straight on it, and he's near the cushion. So there's not much he can do with the white ball. He's digging down, so this makes the pot a little bit harder to judge. He played it well. We talk about the critical shots, Jim, in every clearance. And I think it'll be coming up in 2 shots' time. And it'll be his positional shot to get onto these bottom 2 reds from this yellow in the top right-hand corner. So this is the big shot, I think, of this frame. How brave does he want to be?
Ten seconds.
He's going to have to come with a real good plant, a real difficult plant if he wants to continue now. About a foot between the two yellows.
You know, the only good news, I think, is that it's quite straight. All the white and the two yellows all in a line.
10 seconds.
Oh, tremendous shot.
Best shot of the match so far, Kevin, for me.
Yeah, without a doubt, Jim. Played it really confidently as well. Just didn't try to drop it in. Really took the bull by the horns. You know, where was this in the last frame? You know, this attitude. He's found it from somewhere, and it's great to see.
10 seconds.
And black into the center to give himself the guarantee of the draw and a 3-2 lead.
Ten seconds.
It's there. And 3-2 confirmed. Much better visit that time from Morgan McInnes. Just exactly what he was looking for. 3-2 in front. And now the tiny assassin to break. And we'll see what he can conjure up.
Yeah, the real Morgan McInnes has got here. He's got off the train, and he's here, and he's ready to play. That is how he can play.
Lost in thought now, young Morgan. But he's won the last 3 frames on the trot.
Trailing 3 frames to 2. Time running.
We'll see if he gives the break a little bit more this time. He took a little bit off the last one. Yep, he's given that a bit more. And wow, that's a pretty good result.
Every chance now. The Reds look very inviting, don't they, Kevin?
Yeah, they certainly do. So I think that's probably the best break of the match. He saved it till the end.
Time running.
No way Mark can reach that.
So, no, without a step ladder.
Not without a few copies of the Yellow Pages. He's just been a little bit clumsy with that one. Just would have liked to have potted it a little bit thicker. So the white's just run on a few extra inches.
Well, we saw him with a break and finish. I think it was the second frame, and gave us a little glimpse of what he is capable of.
Extension called.
But certainly Morgan McInnes gave us a glimpse of what he is capable of in the last frame.
Yeah, we've seen it in patches from both players. But that fourth frame was a tough one for everyone.
Position
10 seconds.
crucial here. And that doesn't look too bad.
Yeah, got the position in the end. Not exactly how he wanted it. Hit it a bit too thick, but a really friendly little nudge off the black, and then so it's the key positional shot coming up. Can he just glide this in with a little bit of left-hand side? He's going to snooker himself.
Time out. Total snooker.
He just rushed out a little bit, I thought, Jim.
It always does come down to cue ball control, especially near the end of the frames. You can sometimes play into an area for a choice of shots, but when you get down to the last few, that option's not there. And it's come back and grabbed Mark Pickworth by the throat.
Yeah, when you don't play as much, you know, and the inconsistencies there, these type of, you know, this cloth is so reactive with these Pro Cup balls, and it can catch many people out. And
10 seconds.
you know, Mark was no exception there. It was just all about the response of the balls there. He either got into it far too much or not enough. He could have just glided it in with a little bit of left-hand side to come around the back of the yellow, or he tried the deep screw to get in front of the yellow, and just didn't get it either, unfortunately.
10 seconds.
Those touchy-feely shots are so difficult when you're you're a little bit rusty and you're playing on a cloth like this as responsive.
Morgan would have liked that cue ball to run on just a little bit more. Still on this, but no angle.
He's in good shape here. Just drop this in, run the white up maybe a foot and a half, and he should be 2 or 3 easy pots away from securing the 2 points, and a great start.
And again, considering he was 2-0 down and Pickworth looking very strong indeed, this is some kind of performance from young Morgan.
Yep, shown some good character, particularly in that last frame with that clearance. That was pretty impressive stuff, particularly after the frame before. He's grimacing, but he's fine really. He might not get as close to the black as he would like, but the red's relatively
10
safe.
seconds.
This black for an emphatic opening to our first match here on Monday and a 4-2 win, courtesy of Morgan McInnes. Down it goes, and 4 frames on the spin to close out Mark Pickworth in the opening match, 4-2 to Morgan McInnes. And what a way to start the Monday afternoon here in Canada, evening in the UK. Gary, terrific start.
Yeah, I've done about a Monday afternoon, Jim. That seemed like the longest frame of pool I've ever seen in my life, Kev, weren't it?
Well, it was even longer than one of mine, so it must have been long. But, you know, Morgan, great credit, 2-0 down, came back to win, got the 2 points. Great start for him.
Yeah, 4-2, yeah, but that was a great match there, and, well, you know, 2 points for Morgan there. Don't forget, he only knew he was in the tournament at midday, so that was absolutely, you know, fantastic match. Don't forget, we're back at a couple of minutes' time now on Sporty Stuff TV for match 2 on Sporty Stuff TV. See you in a couple of minutes.